their faith in God, providing solace, and for many other reasons. These are all testimonies of his true nature. Bhagwan Baba also has declared that all of us are embodiments of divinity. He quotes the ancient scriptures and provides an understanding of what they mean at a deeper and practical level. Bhagwan Baba declares, in those days, the population of the world was only in thousands. Considering each of them the form of God, it was declared Sahasra Sirasha Purusha. The Supreme Being has 1,000 heads and bodies. With the passage of time, the population swelled from thousands to lakhs and from lakhs to crores. Then it is said, God is Mukoti Devata Svarūpa, meaning he is in the form of 3 crores of beings. Today, the world population has increased to nearly 600 crores. All are forms of God. Satya Sai Speaks, Volume 36, 2003. In other words, the whole creation, including humans, animals, insects, and all being, is a manifestation of God. So this was the passage given to us. I will go to my own slides. Okay. So the mirroring these qualities that we have understood from this Sai Maheśvara Svarūpa, we just go on to the slides here. So the first question was, Om Śri Sāi Maheśvara Svarūpa, who is the, so this is a little bit of understanding. Maheśvara, names that were given to Swami, given in the passage. Maheśvara is Shiva, or spaciousness. He is the supreme God. He is Sarva Devata Svarūpa, Vishwa Virata Svarūpa. So actually, in this passage, Professor Kasturi elaborates on these names of Swami. Our sages and seers had declared centuries ago that God is all-pervasive and omnipresent. This is actually, he's present in all creation. It's beautifully described in the Ishavasya Upanishad, which is regarded as the first among the Upanishads. The very first line reads, Ishavasyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. All this, whatsoever moves in this universe, and that those that move not, is indwelt or pervaded or enveloped or clothed by the Lord. The Upanishad begins with the majestic and triumphant declaration that the whole universe, all 84 lakh species, are inhabited by God and belongs to him. So once in Dharmakshetra, Swami proving, this is Swami proving his presence in animals and in inanimate objects. Once in Dharmakshetra, 100 saris were brought to Swami, which was to be sent to the volunteers working in a construction site at Anantapur for the Women's College. Only 96 saris were required, and as much were selected by Swami. The remaining 4 were to be returned to the shop. After a while, it was noticed that water was dripping down from the borders of those 4 saris. Were the saris shedding tears? When this matter was brought up to refer to Bhagwan, Swami narrated a story. In Treta Yuga, a little hill shed tears. The monkeys found that the causeway towards Sri Lanka had been completed, and the hill, which was the last one to be brought, was not to be used. It was abandoned, so it thought, and started shedding tears. Lord Rama assured the hill that it would never be abandoned forever. It would not be abandoned forever. And in his next avatar as Sri Krishna, the hill Govardhana Giri would be held aloft to provide shelter to the inhabitants in Madura. The stone had to wait for another yuga to receive this special grace. But the fortunate 4 saris were blessed in the same day of this same yuga. Dr. John Hislop, who witnessed this divine event at Dharmakshetra, adds in his book, My Baba and I, he exclaimed, Swami, the self-same drama that occurred in the time of Rama and again in the time of Krishna was played here again today in this very room. Baba replied, yes, and with the self-same Rama and the self-same Krishna here again today in this very room. He further added, as was the case with the rejected mountain peak, the rejected saris received the compassion of the Lord, and they were presented to the ladies in Baba's party to be used by them. So this is actually, this little article is written by Bombay Srinivasan. He said, my wife received one of the saris, and this sari received plenty of appreciation from her. So Swami proved his presence in those strands of silk or cotton or whatever saris they were. It's inanimate objects. Then in the Sriddhi avatar, also this had occurred. Some years ago, at the end of a Guru Purnima divine discourse, Bhagavan urged the devotees to show compassion, for as he spelled out, see me in a dog also. T-O-G, dog, will lead you to G-O-D, God. What a beautiful statement hidden with the supreme truth of coexistence. True, one needs to raise to a level of a higher consciousness to understand and imbibe the supreme truth. With Bhagavan himself showing all-out compassion for all of his creation, are we not his devotees bound to practice these precepts? Let's learn a lesson from Bhagavan at Sriddhi. How he showed to see God in dog, a thought-provoking incident from Śri Sāi Satcharita. Once Mrs. Tarkat was staying in a certain house in Sriddhi. At noon, meals were ready and dishes were being served when a hungry dog turned up and began to cry. Mrs. Tarkat got up at once and threw a piece of bread, which the dog gulped down with great relish. In the afternoon, when she went to the masjid and sat at some distance, Baba said to her, Shriddhi Sai Baba said to her, Mother, you have fed me sumptuously up to my throat. Always act like this, and this will stand you in good stead. Sitting in this masjid, I shall never speak untruth. Take pity on me like this. First give bread to the hungry, and then you eat yourself. Note this. She could not understand the meaning of what Baba said, so she replied, Baba, how could I feed you? I am myself dependent on others and take food from them after paying them. Then Baba replied, eating that lovely bread, I am heartily contented, and I'm still belching. The dog which you saw before meals, to which you gave the piece of bread, is one with me. So also other creatures, cats, pigs, flies, cows, etc., are one with me. I am roaming in their forms. He who sees me in all these creatures is my beloved. So abandon the sense of duality and distinction and serve me as you did today. Drinking these nectar-like words, she was moved, and her eyes were filled with tears, throat choked, and her joy knew no bound. So Swami proved himself to be present in animals and in inanimate objects. So the first question we were given is, how will I take time to contemplate on how every being and everything is a manifestation of God, and open my heart to the divinity existence throughout creation? So Swami, we have understood that Swami is Maheśvara. Maheśvara actually embodies omniscience and expansion. Maha-Ishvara is one whose Icha, Swasa, and Ravi, or the Agni in the body, are united, and he's always in control. So too, we must manifest and the control of our senses and be united in thought, word, and deed. We must prove worthy to be called Swami's devotee by practicing his teachings and living his message. As a center leader, we expand ourselves and be available to all members. If an office bearer comes to you with a problem, we contemplate on it, on the issue, and the voice of God will come up to you from within and help overcome the problem together. This was some points that were given in when we were in our breakout session. So let's take a look at more detailed look at Sathya Sai's teachings on Maheśvara. So what are the qualities of Maheśvara to mirror in our daily lives? I've just taken about 6 of it. Maheśvara and the cyclical nature of the universe. Maheshwara's role in destruction is seen as a necessary part of the cosmic cycle, paving the way for creation and new beginnings. It reflects the natural cycle of life. The Shiva Tandava symbolizes the destruction of ignorance and the creation of new realities. This reminds us that destruction is not always negative. Sometimes we need to let go of the old to make space for the new. Whether it is ending a toxic relationship, breaking old habits, or moving on from failure, destruction paves the way for creation and growth. One should not give up life as unworthy of living and lose mental equilibrium at the slightest defeat or perceived failure. Swami says, let there be unity in your thoughts, words, and deeds. This is triple purity, Trikarana Shuddhi. What you think, you should speak. What you speak, you must put into practice. That is real humanness. Unity doesn't mean gathering of all people at one place. What is needed is perfect harmony between the thoughts, words, and deeds. That is real educare. You need not refer to any textbooks to find educare. Swami says our heart itself is a textbook. Follow its teachings. Then you will become good people. So this is Maheshwara's quality and the cyclical nature of the universe. Maheshwara and individual transformation. Swami emphasized the importance of recognizing the divine within oneself, including the transformative power of Maheshwara. He is destroyer of ignorance, transforming it into wisdom, and the force that guides souls towards enlightenment. This lesson encourages us to remain open to new experiences, evolving with life's challenges. This involves letting go of the old and embracing new possibilities. We need to pursue the goal of enlightenment with one-pointedness. Rather than resist change, we should embrace it as an opportunity for growth and renewal. When we are open to new experiences, we can overcome life's challenges to become stronger and wiser. So in this context, Swami says, what man should seek today is not pleasure, nor is his goal sorrow. Man should bring under his control the source of pleasure and pain. More than pleasure, it is pain that awakens the wisdom in man. If you study the lives of great men, you find that it is out of trouble and pain that they have derived wisdom. Without sorrow, there can be no wisdom. It is pain that teaches many wise lessons to man. Not realizing this profound truth, man pursues pleasure endlessly. No doubt, man needs to be happy, but how is happiness to be achieved? It is only when sorrow is overcome that man realizes happiness. Hence, everyone should welcome sorrow in the same spirit that he greets happiness. Any questions so far? Shall I continue then? So Maheshwara and self-control and the mastery over senses. So Maheshwara is a model of self-control. His ability to restrain himself, whether from anger or desire, shows the importance of mastering our emotions. Any act of self-sacrifice for the greater good is to be lauded. The iconic act of swallowing the hala hala poison symbolizes this. It teaches us to remain calm and composed even in situations of extreme pressure, and to act with mindfulness rather than impulsiveness. Sister Shamini shared that it is best to surrender the thought or query that appears in our minds to Swami, and he will take over to guide us on the most dharmic path that will promote peace all around. Remember always that Swami is the doer and Swami can do no wrong. There's a little Chinna Katha that Swami told on this self-control. One night, a young man was cycling downhill on a crowded road. His bicycle had no lights, and a policeman stopped him and asked him to alight. Do you know how dangerous it is to ride a bicycle with no lights? The fellow, however, shouted back at the policeman, Policeman, move away. Of course, I have no lights, but I have no brakes either. This is the pathetic condition everyone is in nowadays. No one has the light of wisdom nor the brake of self-control. How can they go along the path of ananda without causing injury to themselves and others? Just as the cyclist must have both, so too man needs wisdom and self-control. Otherwise, he is certain to ruin his chance, this one chance he has got to save himself. Maheśvara and the path of oneness, embracing unity in diversity. Lord Shiva, Maheśvara, represents the concept of oneness, transcending divisions of race, caste, and social status. Shiva embodies both the creator and the destroyer, signifying the unity in all things, of all things in the universe. Lord Shiva is depicted with beings from all walks of life, humans, demons, and animals alike. In association with Parvati, he is all-powerful Shakti. With Ganesha and Kartikeya, he stands for wisdom and courage. Even his association with Nandi the bull and his adornment of serpents reflects his acceptance of all creatures. Swami often emphasizes this interconnectedness. Embracing the principle of oneness teaches us compassion and tolerance, helping us to view others not as separate entities, but as part of the universal whole. So there was something that Brother James shared during the breakout about an incident that happened, an experience in his center, in Kapong Center, where there was a crisis. The coordinator was going to be away during Vesak Day celebration, and the deputy was overwhelmed with the task allotted to her. She voiced her concern that there was no manpower to manage the activity on the scale suggested. So, as a team, they contemplated on the issue, and a voice from within seemed to say, downsize the program. Don't be distressed. It is more important that one undertakes duty at hand with involvement and devotion. So, as a loving God, Maheśvara is an embodiment of kindness and forgiveness. The balance of fierce compassion teaches that true strength comes not just from physical power, but from the ability to uplift others while standing firmly against injustice. But in conjunction with this, in our discussion, there was a question. Is it all right to eliminate pests if God is present in all? Shall we discuss that in our group here now? Is it all right to eliminate pests if God is present in all of it, all of us?
Yeah, I think it's
What has Swami Yeah. What has Swami said on it? We didn't know at that point. If pest also has Swami in them, what is the
Tara,
Saira?
that's the Tara.
Yeah.
Actually, Brother Arvind, he actually
Yeah.
came out with a video on what Swami said about pest.
Oh, okay.
Specific video on that. And
I
it's
see.
here, and he also gave examples of non-violence and when you can eradicate that pest.
Okay.
Ultimately, you are also culturing all the negative organisms and also the germs when you allow the pest to flourish in your home.
Oh,
When you do it
okay.
on a larger scale, you are actually doing
Mm,
more ahimsa by eliminating the pest rather than not
mm,
eliminating the pest and then getting sick frequently and causing others also to get sick and harboring all these negative
oh. The
mechanisms.
bacteria and that they spread and
Yes,
all that.
yes,
I
yes.
see. Oh, okay, okay. That's nice. Okay.
Just want to
So
share.
actually, yeah,
Sorry.
brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to share with others one of the experience. At one time at
Mm.
Sec 1 hall, there was this beehive, very big,
Uh,
probably
uh,
6 to 8 feet, And every
yeah.
day when we go for Tashan, all the people have to avoid the bees flying around, And it was
Oh.
quite time,
Uh,
Then, you talk about non-violence and then you are not supposed to kill all that. I mean,
yeah.
we as Buddhi, we only keep quiet. I said the Sevada see what they can do,
Mm,
So we
mm,
can also question, now, Swami, what going to do?
mm,
I said,
mm.
stepping all the bhajan and all that.
Yeah.
Flying around.
Yeah,
So,
if it broke and all the bees are flying around,
yeah,
everybody
it
will
was dangerous.
be, yeah.
Everybody was scared and all that.
Uh,
So after the bhajan, just before lunch, I think something like that, I was walking past this Taekwondo hall, and I
yeah.
saw the Sevada actually have to eliminate, kill all the bees,
Bees.
Then
Oh.
I was like a
Mm,
shock. Now,
oh.
Swami also like, I mean, of course, Swami know, they have to take drastic action already, right?
Yeah.
Unless,
Mm,
unless you know of somebody, a bees expert who can take away, then it's different.
yeah.
Otherwise, you do what you can, Then
Mm,
sometimes the question also come, time to die,
yeah.
time to die,
Mm,
time to die.
yeah.
So is it you
Mm,
killing, in Bhagavad Gita, are you killing your uncle? Are you killing your teacher? Oh, it's just the time they have to go. The Atma never
yeah.
die. So sometimes
Mm,
this question is like not easy to make the right decision, but then
decision.
you
Yeah.
have to like
Mm,
really think whether it is wise to kill or not to kill. If it
mm.
poses a dangers to us, then we might
Yeah.
have to take action. If it
Yeah.
doesn't pose, like, last time I caught the rat or mouse in my house, I used to
Uh,
put it underwater. Then
uh,
later one of the brother called me, hey James, I got this mouse. Where is the jungle? I can put it away. So then he
uh,
gave me this idea.
yeah.
So
To
from
throw
that
in a
day on,
jug.
I don't kill the
Uh,
mouse, I will put it in the jungle,
oh,
Uh,
I see.
because we
Okay.
don't know the right way. I mean, we want to do
Yeah.
good, but also sometimes not easy for us also.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Those
unless
days.
we have the wisdom, Sairam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sairam. Sairam.
maybe I
Sairam
like to
sister.
share experience. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sairam sister. Professor Kasturi, he had written a book, Garland of
Yeah.
108 Precious Gems. That
Yeah.
he has written, Om, Om Sri Maheśvara Svarūpāya Namaḥ. That he has written, the most meaningful symbol of Shiva is the oval-shaped figure which is called Linga. It is like
Mm-hmm.
the hero. And Shiva can be
Okay.
attained only when the cycle of discipline is completed and when
Uh,
man realizes that he is nobody. The world is nothing and there is nowhere to go or nothing to lose or gain. Saira.
mm.
Yes,
Sairam.
repeat.
Yeah, I once was allotted a room in Puttapati.
Yes.
And that room was really infested with cockroaches.
Oh
So
dear.
that when I lie down, I can feel cockroaches running all over my body. So it was something, horrifying for me. So the next day I report to the maintenance office, And within the next 1 hour, there's a guy with pest control, thing came and spray chemicals all around the place in the room, So Swami does allowed, pest control maintenance
Oh,
in the
yeah.
ashram.
Mm. Yeah, so I guess that's acceptable then. That of course we choose the dharmic path with we use our conscience and decide what needs to be done for the best of uh, all the people around. Yeah, that's good. So
Sadam,
now we
want to
yeah,
share one
yes,
cool story here. There was
yeah.
a very good leader, side sister, don't want to mention the name now. So she used to bring people to put the party on that. She has a lot of miracles and all that. When she grow old, she has one problem now. She believed in non-killing. So what happened was
Non-killing.
the house was infested with mouse and then smelly, very dirty, So
Oh,
actually, our Kopong member actually went there with a lorry to clear up the whole place, right? The what I call the seater, the chair or the bed, all have to remove and change new one, So
oh my
dirty
God.
everywhere. The mouse, the sheet is everywhere, That's why the children also don't want to stay with her, Children also move away. So
Oh,
she's like
they,
staying alone, staying alone. Because she
okay.
practiced, I think maybe she practiced non-violence. I'm not sure. But to the
To
level
the
that you
extent.
walk into the house, the whole house was smelling. As
Oh,
our
yeah.
brother Dr. Sabitan said, you have this disease smell
Yeah,
everywhere. It's very
yeah,
unhealthy. So
unhealthy.
it took quite many hours to clean the
Oh,
whole house, not easy, Everywhere was
mm.
dirty. Saira.
So did she resist? She did allowed you to clean?
Yeah, she did allow us to clean. But for
Oh,
many years
dear.
it was not clean. It
Oh
was
my
very,
God.
very dirty. You walk in, you
Okay.
can smell, the cushion got urine and all that,
Yeah.
terrible.
Her health didn't get affected.
I think health probably she has probably
Mm.
mentally a bit what I
Yeah,
call we don't see it
yeah.
normal. Don't see it normal. She looks okay, but
Oh,
doesn't seem normal
yeah,
the way we
yeah.
see it.
Okay. Okay. So then we go to the fifth point, Maheśvara and renunciation, the path of inner awakening. Swami is known as Maheśvara is known as the supreme yogi and often depicted in deep meditation. His stillness amidst the chaos of the universe teaches us the power of mindfulness and self-awareness and to connect with our higher selves. These practices serve as tools for self-discovery and enable us to navigate life's stresses and challenges with greater clarity and peace. So during the COVID pandemic, this was very evident. During lockdown, when people were not allowed to move freely, our ministries, education ministry, for example, had to arrange for classes to be run online. It was a massive scramble for getting and delivering devices to students and teachers. But we all navigated through the situation and came through stronger. Many of us intensified our sadhana and discovered new capabilities within us that we never knew existed. Because I worked with the Mahilas, our Mahila wing expanded itself to do sadhana camps online, where Vanita from all over the country participated and benefited. This led to a unity that we had not envisaged. Lord Shiva lives as an ascetic on Mount Kailas, far removed from worldly pleasures. This symbolizes his simplicity and renunciation. This ability to renounce everything despite being an all-powerful God shows the importance of letting go of material attachments to attain true peace and fulfillment, even while being surrounded by temptation to acquire more and more. So we as devotees of Kali Yuga Avatara learn the lesson of finding contentment within ourselves, free from external dependency. In the song, this Maheśvara as a teacher of values. In the song, Mahadeva Maheśvara Sāi Narayana, Satsai is also praised as Maheśvara, the great teacher who inspires followers to learn and grow. We realize that we need to use the teachings imparted by Lord Maheśvara as a roadmap for navigating life's complexities with wisdom, compassion, and inner strength. His lessons on oneness, renunciation, and self-control, among other things, invite us to rise above material distractions and cultivate a deeper connection within ourselves and the universe. By embodying Lord Shiva's transformative energy, we can bring about positive changes in our lives, fostering inner peace, balance, and a spiritual growth. With continued reflection on these lessons, we are reminded that the power to create, destroy, and ultimately transform lies within each of us. So at the ending of this this point, maybe we can listen to a YouTube song or the same bhajan. Brother Billy, can you play that?
Okay, just give me 1 minute, okay. Just give me, okay.
Should I stop sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yeah. Can.
Okay, Sister Tara, you can just carry on. Let me just try to download the video onto my laptop because
Never mind, we can listen to it at the end of the thing also.
yeah,
We'll
okay,
just go on to the
okay.
next one.
So you carry on with your slides. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, this song we can hear later if we need to. So now we come to the question 2. How can I bring about excellence to all that I do? Excellence and value to all that I do. So we discussed this also in our group, and I just made a little, there's me, there's values. How do I bring out the values in me? I have to live it. This is what all of us, we have to live that value, that we can't just talk about it without living it. We have to surrender surrender to Swami in prayer and ask for his help to make a decision and on what to do. In excellence, we decided there's me, there's excellence, and there's focus. To become, we have to be focused to be excel in anything that we do. We have to be resilient in whatever we are going to undertake. Swami emphasized the importance of excellence through developing good character, adhering to truth, and serving others. He believed that true education should cultivate good habits, conduct, and truthfulness. He highlighted the significance of faith, love, and service as essential for achieving excellence in life. So how can we embody these values in our life? Sister Chandrika shared these points. Sister Chandrika, do you want to share or shall I just continue? She said she didn't want to share yesterday, so okay. So this
you're doing okay, so you continue. Thank you.
oh, thank you. Okay. So mastery through learning. We have to stay curious and committed to improving our skills, whether it is work, relationships, or personal projects. Embrace the idea of lifelong learning. Actually, there was a little quotation, Bhagavad Gita quotation. Yukta karma phalam tyaktva shantim apnoti naishtikim. Ayukta kama karena phala sakto nibadyate, meaning offer the results of all activities to God, the yogis attain everlasting peace. Whereas those who are controlled by their desires work with selfish motive and become attached to the fruits of their action. So this was one of the ways to bring out value. Integrity and purpose. When your actions are guided by strong values and purpose, excellence naturally follows. Strive to do what's wrong even when no one is watching. Swami says, be what you profess to be, speak what you intend to do, utter what you have experienced, no more, no less. Have faith that Sai is with you at all times and at all places. Educated man must realize that he has more obligations than privileges, more duties than rights. Real devotion should always be absolute and unconditional. The next point was attention to detail. Excellence thrives in the little things. Small improvements, refinements, and thoughtful touches can set your work apart. Man is born to share and serve, not to grab and grieve. God is the doer, you are the instrument. To light a fire, strike one match to start. To light your life, take one word to heart. The wealth you earn is not true wealth. True wealth is the grace of God. Then we come to resilience. That's attention to detail, creativity at its best. An ordinary butter cake with just a bit of icing on it has been transformed into this beautiful cake just with some sugar and some fondant icing, they call it. They make flowers like this and make a beautiful cake out of it. This is an excellence as well. Then we get to resilience and grit. Challenges will come, but persistence and adaptability are what separate excellence from mediocrity. See setbacks as stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Swami says, my hand stretches out for receiving only when a pure heart full of prema is offered. On other occasion, it gives, never takes. Make your life a rose that speaks silently in the language of fragrance. I'm always guarding you and guiding you. March on, have no fear. Search for him in the heart with one-pointed mind, devotion, and pure love. You will surely find him. He is waiting there with outstretched arms to embrace you. If you cannot find him there, you cannot find him anywhere else. You must say that progress is possible only through my grace. But though my heart is soft as butter, it melts only when there's some warmth in your prayer. Serving others, whether it is in work or everyday life, bringing value often means helping others to succeed. Excellence shines when you lift others up. Swami says service is the most difficult of the 9 steps to inner reality. It is basically action arising out of the yearning to win the grace of God. It is the most important step to erase the ego. Through service alone can man attain mastery of the senses, the passions, and the predilections, and through that reach divinity itself. I have come to teach you the proper attitude of service, for love expresses as service, and God is love. The mind of a person not engaged in seva is a devil's workshop. Truth has no fear, untruth shivers at every shadow. And last point in this one is creativity and innovation. Innovation is a hallmark of excellence. Don't just do things the way they've always been done. Bring fresh perspectives and solutions. Excellence isn't a destination. It is a journey of refining, improving, and staying dedicated to your craft. When you focus on growth and impact, you won't just be excellent, you will inspire excellence in others. This avatar, the wicked will not be destroyed, they will be corrected. Living with God is true education. Living for God is true devotion. Living in God is true spirituality. God has come in human form and move about them so that he can be listened to, contacted, loved, revered, and obeyed. Okay, the next slide is, these were also points that were shared in our group discussion. Values in all that I do. Brother Rama will share the first part. There are no greater values than the human values that Swami expounds on. So, Brother Rama.
Sairam, sister.
Sairam.
This part, values in all I do, is a continuation of what Sister Tara just spoke about. There we talk about excellence of a person who had great indulgence for their excellence. And so there were that the fruits of labor were seen to realize excellence. What Swami says, he says like this: modern education may be of some help to man to lead an outer worldly life. So in all that you do, for that excellence may be good for worldly life. But there is nothing in it that supports man for his inner life. For the inner life, that which supports man's inner life is adherence to truth, righteousness, peace, love, and non-violence. So Swami advocates that the basis for excellence must sprout from your inner self, that which you are endowed with, which should be polished by prayers, by reliance on Swami's ways, Swami's guidance. You should bring out that beautiful qualities, the 5 human values, for you to be resplendent. And then, in you getting your excellence in your academic performances or whatever labor of love, it will have a meaningful effect because you have connected yourself with the divine. The 5 values, if you seriously follow and if you are attached to it, which means you are attached to Swami, you are endowed with love, embodiment of love. And that makes you divine over a period of time in the journey of your life. So be truthful to yourself. That is fundamental to the human value. Be truthful to yourself. How are you going to be truthful to yourself? A suggestion in the group is simple living, high thinking. Contemplate, meditate on this principle always. Beyond that, being truthful is what you are dear to. You are intimate with truth. So whatever you do, you will know whether to be truthful or not. And the fact that you are dear to truth because of your reliance to Swami, Swami's guidance, truth, being truthful will always be your guideline. So you don't want to shirk it. So whatever desires, whatever you're affected with, you seem to be well guided on being truthful. Even in your school, your teachers will always be guiding you to be truthful. And they may resort to some form of punishment if you're not truthful. That being so, being truthful is a virtue that we must always protect, guide, and persevere in order to succeed. That would be a value for which you will treasure in all you do, in order to touch excellence. Excellence in devotion, excellence in everything. Be dharmic to manage righteousness without expectation. Dharmic means being righteous, doing everything in the right way. That which you do for others, what you share, what you give, it's always about others. You're connecting yourself to society, connecting yourself to your family members, to your relatives, to your friends, to your teachers, to everybody in the school and outside school. You do it with that love to serve, but being righteous. If you do that, you are avoiding negativity. You are not in the bad company. Even if you are in the bad company, you are firm with your love for being righteousness. Because you have Swami within you who protects and guides you. Swami is more important to you than the company of friends who don't believe in righteousness. Therefore, you want to be righteous. So, you want to be positive. You want to be attached to what Swami has taught you, and that is being dharmic. So you would at all times, in the course of your friendship with friends, in school, in other places, wherever you are, there would be a company of people who may not be in the right frame because they have negative thoughts and negative vibrations. I read, and Swami has said, run away from the place. Flee from the place. Don't be there. Because you are his child. And if you get attracted and participate in it, then you're losing your value, and it will have a series of negative effects in you, which sometimes becomes habitual after some time, and it will be a long time before it comes out of you. Therefore, you should come out of it. And one of the ways is your recitation of the Namasmarana, your recitation of the Gayatri mantra, your recitation of the 108 mirrors, Swami's mantras. And when you say that to yourself loudly, all bad thoughts, negative thoughts which are in you will disappear. That is the power of the divine. When you bring it out, the insight becomes clearer. And because the association is with the divine, you are not affected by negative thoughts. You are free from it. So it's important that you should be able to manage your righteousness. And when you do so without expectation, when you serve somebody, you don't expect reward. You serve it with love. And when you do that, you always say that I'm not doing it. My body is being used to serve the other. God, the divine, Swami in me is doing that service. Therefore, the reward should go to Swami in you rather than you. If you do that, you become humble and you become a very ripe fruit of love, sweet and delicious, which is what Swami wants. Not a ripe fruit where there would be a worm inside. If there is worm, it will be discarded. The fruit will be discarded. So the worm here represents negative qualities within you, hidden, unknown to others, that you have been toying and keeping it with you for your pleasure, perhaps. That should be removed. No negative qualities. Be loved to serve with love. Being attached to the divine. Love you are because you are born with love. You are love. And whatever has happened in the course of your life, the colored love in you is because of negative impact on you from the surroundings. But still, you are love. So you got to polish that and come out of the negativity and then be divine. And you, because you attach to the divine and detach from the ego, because the ego will always want a name for itself. I did it. It's always the I. And you feel very proud of the fact that you can be a doctor, a professor. You can be anybody. So you can see the person's vibrating with the I. And you know that he would be a difficult person to manage. That's ego. Otherwise, he's clever, he's intelligent, he's a useful person. But the ego doesn't make you connect with him. Because thereafter, the ego will continue in him. And you will not be able to see the love which is required from him for the service that Swami wants him to do. So be attached. Be attached to love. Be attached to love to serve with love. Be attached to love to be close with Swami, to associate with Swami's work. And then you will find peace. The love will follow with peace, a peace of mind. You are a peaceful soul. You're born as a peaceful soul. Over a period of time, you are a restless soul. But then Swami has taught you the 5 human values in order to maintain the peace in you. And you can enjoy the peace, celebrate the peace. You are a peaceful soul. You are wonderful. You have everything in you. And everything in you to be divine. And you want to come out with that precious values to project that divinity in you. That can be done if you follow the 5 human values. Negative qualities will be there, but Swami has given you methods to come out of it. And you ought to adhere to it with love, of course, passionately. Always thinking Swami is in you, he is in you, but you forget. He is around you. When you're having food, let Swami be beside you. When you're sleeping, let Swami be beside you. When you are traveling, let Swami be beside you. Everywhere you go, let Swami be beside you. That should be your way of life in order to get the 5 values in you, embedded, that you will never forget. Whatever you do, suddenly there will be something in you asking internally whether you have offended any of these 5 values. If it does, then you are silent. You don't participate in it. You observe. You observe. You observe and you don't say anything. You are a witness. You just remain silent and you come out of it. You come out of it without being part of it. That means you don't get involved with it. You don't engage yourself in it. You don't let the emotions run into it. And then when the emotions run, you get carried away. We don't want that. We got to stop at that point. Come out of it. You can realize that if you always remember the 5 values that are yours and only yours. So the other thing is you can raise yourself out of the negativity with constant integrated awareness. How do you do that? You repeat Swami's Namasmarana. You repeat Swami's mantra. Om Sri Bhagavan Satya Sai Babaye Namaḥ. If you continuously say that, Swami is with you. Continuously you say that. You can say any other Swami's mantras, and Swami is always there. Simple mantras will do. Idea is for you to get the connection. Remember, these 5 values are leading you to greater values. It is not enough that you get a degree and for you to work. You have to have the qualities, the inner qualities, which make you divine. Plus, whatever qualifications you have, together you become very, very, very much a divine being in service for the Lord. When all the above 4 values which are embedded in you and which you have, which you have achieved, which you realized, what happens then? You will be non-violent. You'll be peaceful. There'll be no violence in you. There'll be no violence in you. In fact, all the six enemies, anger, lust, greed, all the six enemies which troubles you will be removed because of your attachment to these 5 values. And because of the practice you did, following the 9 code of conduct. And because of that, you have cleared yourself. And these are obstacles in the course of life journey, which can be overcome and which we have been given the blessings of Swami to follow. So, aren't you lucky? We are lucky in order to be better than what we are in the journey to God. And this life would be very pleasant as we approach new horizons, which are coming very soon, predicted by Swami, perhaps after 2032. But before 2032, we have got another 6 years of unpredictable situations which can be mind-boggling, troublesome, and difficult to manage. But Swami says, maintain these 5 values. Maintain these 5 values. Recognize all human beings as divine. Show them your love. Do not have any prejudice. In this way, you are becoming excellent. You are becoming more and more excellent within yourself. And that will establish good relationship, and better, you become a better Sai devotee, a better human being, and more divine. So the journey of life must consistently follow the 5 human values as Swami did in his lifetime. I know you are aware that Swami was 5 foot 2 inches, not very tall. He weighed 108 pounds, which is very light. And he lived the life until the Samadhi, until his Samadhi. Then only he weakened, and slowly he reached heaven. But what did he do? From the time he declared himself of his spiritual powers, of his divinity, until he lived, hundreds of books were written, colleges sprouted, universities, and thousands of students benefited. The whole of India was lit as a rich place, rich divine place. There's completely a different air, east, west, north, south, east, west, and it spread around the world in those years of his life. Just 5 foot 2 inches, and he lived this beautiful life with his 5 values. We can do the same thing, which Swami has said, as he had told us many times, that the difference between you and him is that he is divine, self-realized. You are still entangled with your mind. And the path has been given for you to come out of that stage, for you to ascend further and become divine. So, values in all I do, I would say, and emphasize that there are no greater values than the 5 human values that Swami has expounded on. Sai Ram, sister.
Sai Ram. Thank you, brother. Brother James, did you have anything else to add on to this?
Sister. I think Brother Rama also mentioned a lot of these things. The other thing, just want to share from experience, most of you do. We do sometimes feel moody or low, even like our chanting and prayer, like, you don't feel much about it or excited about it and all that. I think that's where, our mind is a monkey mind, whether you like it or not. So if we are aware of this, one of the things, like just now I took my son's dog for a walk, So there was this low mood. So what did I do? I just do chanting Om Saram, Om Saram. I didn't even chant Gayatri, just talking to. Then automatically the thing will move away after 10, 15 minutes or so, because otherwise we keep on involved in the negative thought and the low mood. It's not good for us. So I think it's mentioned on the right hand side, avoid negativity in company or even with yourself. Stop all the negative thoughts. I think that is a very good practice. I mean, we know like Gayatri chanting is very powerful. But when you are not in the mood, how to chant Gayatri? Just Om Saram, or just talk to Swami, simple, That's where the simple high thinking come in, right? So sometimes we have to plus minus and see how to avoid all these things, It's good to be aware of all these are happening around you and within yourself, and then he's mindful of our thoughts, words, and deeds. We only can do our best, but the other side, the other party might or might not accept. Then can't do much. We only do our best, and then we leave ourselves to Swami. Some people might not like the way you talk or the way you think or the way you say, Oh, I know what you're talking about. Some people get irritated. I listen to the same thing, right? But you just from your heart, you just say, of course, we don't talk again and again, We just talk. If you listen, if you agree, that's it, you learn. But if you feel like, this fellow very long winter, always talking the same thing, and then you get angry. Sorry, that much we can't help you in that part.
You can't help it. That's when we get to that last point, where let go and let God.
Correct. Yeah. I think Brother Rama has been very detailed. Salam.
Thank you. So is Sister Shamini in the call? She shared on this one.
Yeah, I'm here. I just saw your message around 8:15. Sorry about that.
So this excellence in all that I do. You gave a lot of points the other day. So why don't you just talk on this, sister?
Okay, just read it out first. Okay. Sairam to everyone. Excellence in all that I do. Pray to allow us to do His work. Dedicate all profits to Swami. Be attracted with one's own auspiciousness. Group chanting has the power to transform, thereby helps overcome the 6 negative qualities. Speak to Swami sincerely. So, I can't remember what I said last week, sister, but I want to, I start my day like Brother Billy. I think I learn everything from y'all. I think Swami comes in your forms and helping me. So I start the day, like Brother Billy said, morning prayers. And I always say, Swami, start my day with love, spend my day with love and all that. So last week I went through a very difficult time, so I can start with that. And I lost very valuable item and my daughter's gift, and it's health related stuff which I'm going through. And I was bombarded with a lot of advice, and things was not going well. And that day I chose to be like my mother. I was quiet and saying Sairam to myself. And up to today, I didn't get it. I went to police and everything. There was no help. But all I know is I suddenly remember sealing your desire and stuff. And now I had to let go. So these are the practical things I face in everyday life. And I traveled to see my friend's mom who was dying, and she was almost going to die that day. I took Swami's robe. Even Brother Rama knows how I came to Malaysia too. So that moment, both of them are doctors. 3 doctors were handling her. So I said, to long story short, and me and my husband got the medication that they were able to prescribe her, but I know she's going to pass. So I left the robe with the auntie and went and got the medicine, and we left back to our country. And on the way, sister, I normally listen to other song. That day my husband was resting and I was driving. I was only listening to Swami's bhajans and stuff. My husband is not a Sai devotee, so I don't want to annoy him. So, but that day he was just resting. Suddenly I saw this message, I am merging. And the day auntie going to pass, I just opened the app and I see Swami walking and he raised his hand and blessing. I was only praying for auntie. So I know Swami is everywhere, everything. Now I see things like that. Even one day I want to collect some money to do some service. And one of the young youth brothers said, oh, they talked that after the bhajan I collected. And I said, then the bhajan is over, right? So I told my daughter, so once the bhajan is over, Swami is gone. So when we go to prayer hall, I think it's a life lesson for me now. Everything, everywhere. I try to, every lesson, even somebody just said about the linga, the oval shape. I got it. My father's friend gave me because I used to visit this auntie maybe a couple of times in the senior home, and she's just lying. Nobody goes to see her. And then I praise. And one day I really prayed outside in the parking lot, Swami, please take her. I'm never ever going to come here unless you take her. And she left, and the uncle was alone because his children are in Australia. He's alone, and I was crying because he was saying, Amma, they are transferring me to another building. He was not happy. And that day he gave me this linga, and he said his wife, somebody uncle gave from Himalayas, and he asked me to pray. I just brought it and put it water, and he said, pray like that. Now, today you're talking about Lord Maheśvara. So he comes in our lives. Swami walks into our life in different forms and things. And I'm thanks to you all. Like every day is, I had to live my every day with the intention of reflecting Swami's message in my lifestyle. So thank you for this opportunity. I hope I can't remember what I said last week, sister. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll elaborate on the ones you shared the other day. You said there was something about flower falling on Ramadan at the center, was it?
Oh, yeah. Even that was like that, yeah. So I was just praying to Swami, okay, you drop. Our center is such a small center, right? It's just a community center, and we close and open on that day, only Sundays. So that thought came. So I said, okay, well, let's celebrate Ramadan, and we invited my girls. Sorry. I'm cracking my voice. So we invited 2 girls, Muslim girls came, and they came with the outfit. And I told my daughter, she can also wear. She came in the morning. Look at your child, Lama. And she was fully dressed with. And she said, oh, hopefully father won't get freaked out. But here we respect and love, and everybody is, we had to Sarva Dharma thing, we had to practice. So that day while the prayers were going, I just remembered Swami said, 2 girls are here. Swami, show your presence. If you're Allah, show me in some way. And within few minutes, not one time, only he drops one time. But that day he dropped twice. So this is how Swami, even doing any service, like I get attached to sometime. And the sister who's from Malaysia said, why? I said, I want to do so much, but physically or sometimes financially, I won't able to do. And she said, no, even the service comes to you when Swami, he's the door. Why you think like that? So I said, okay, then I asked Swami permission now. Can I do this? Even every service, when next week, I asked Swami, put this, and I asked my daughter, can I do this sandwich thingy? And it came, no. I said, I can. Sometime when he said no, that weekend I'll be busy or physically I won't be able to do it. So everything now I ask him. I want to share this, sister. After the COVID, Swami, everybody was inside, right? And Swami went and told my daughter not to go outside because somebody is following. It's like a movie. We didn't share with everybody. It was like 3 months something. And they changed the cars. And instead of my daughter, they came after me. And I was very protective as a mother. And Swami started coming to our dreams. And the highlight of that was one day Swami came in our my daughters and myself, and one lady in Puttapati, a Russian lady, gave me this mantra, Hanumanji's, and I was chanting wrongly. I don't know how to chant, but in that dream I'm chanting, and the guy was outside my driveway, and my husband took the car and following him, and I'm chanting that mantra. He and my husband was following him, and the other guy came and stand in front of my house, and I'm here looking through the window, and I start to chant that guy, Hanumanji. So now, because Hanumanji came in my dream that day in the sky, I don't know whether it's Lord Shiva or Hanuman, even I couldn't recognize. So Swami just protecting all of us wherever I go. And I really want to thank Brother James, because even he told me, when you he serves, he never thinks his children has his own. So I practice couple of days and I forget. But at least now when I put the vibhuti on them, okay, I see Swami in them. That's the way my life is going. And I also want to thank Brother Sabit, and I couldn't attend his meditative, but I remember that also. Send my love and everything. And Sister Chandrika, she told me even my thought had to be non-violence. And so thank you to everybody. Thank you so much. Sai Ram.
And then you also ended up that day by saying, speaking to Swami sincerely, you heard a quote, as often as you think of Swami, Swami thinks of you.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing. Then when I tell him, there's nobody to sing for you, Swami. If you don't let me sing, nobody going to sing. I talk to him like that, because truly one day I'm not a singer. So I told my children, from Sundays I go to another work in a church. Then I used to say, Swami, I want to come to Bhajan. And only last year after my father left, I'm going to Bhajan Center, and now they let me sing. One day I truly forgot, because all things start to go wrong. And if something going to go wrong, Swami will start to come in my dream, but it won't be exactly same thing. If my daughter going to get sick, he will show me something else, right? But anything is like that, only in dreams. And one day after that, I forgot to tell, after that Ramadan, the girls gifted me a Quran. So I brought it home, and we can't touch. I touched, and my daughter said, no, you had to cleanse. I said, I just took shower. And no, you had to gargle and all your mouth. I said, I took Swami's water. She said, no, you had to follow the steps. So another day, 2-3 weeks I couldn't do. One day, I want to share this, believe me. Because Swami, in my dream, I start to see a lot of flames, like sparkles of lights, right? So I woke up and I told my daughter, read that cleansing thing. Then I went to my puja room and I opened and read few words of Quran. So that's the thing. I'm in everything, in everywhere, in everything. Even the frustrating situation I'm still going through. I'm so attached to all these things. So he's just cleansing. Even I told Swami, after Brother Rama, you're asking me to talk. How I'm going to do this. Anyway, thank you, sister, for the opportunity. Thank you, Swami, too. Sai Ram.
So then, so we've come to the end of our session on this topic. We end with a philosophy, basically, this one, where the idea of doing one thing 100% better versus doing 100 things 1% better is a common philosophy and a practical debate, often used in the context of self-improvement and achievement. The former emphasizes specialization and mastery in a specific area, while the latter promotes a broader approach of continuous improvement across various aspects. So which aspect would you choose? Do you want to do one thing 100% better, or 100 things 1% better? Which is better? What would you, we just end up with that discussion? Anybody got an opinion on this? One thing 100% better, or 100 things 1% better?
Yeah, I think it's always good to do one thing 100% better.
Yeah, it becomes specialized, isn't it?
Yes, I also agree.
Okay, looks like everybody's agreed to that. We've come to the end of it. Yeah. Okay.
So you want to play the song, sister?
Yeah, can.
Okay, all right, let me try to share it.
महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण नटनागर दुःखभञ्जना नारायण नटनागर दुःखभञ्जन साई नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायण करुणाकरा अखिलेश्वरा साई नारायण अल्लाह तू महावीर यीशु साई नारायण अल्लाह तू महावीर यीशु साई नारायण हृदयेश्वर परतीश्वरा साई नारायण हृदयेश्वरा परतीश्वरा साई नारायण महादेवा महेश्वरा साई नारायण साई नारायण
Nice. Thank you. We've ended this talk with this Namavali.
Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Suresh.
Hi, Ram. Thank you so much. It is very nice and very, very inspiring to see this presentation may be made in this way. Anybody got any questions to ask, any points to raise? The 108 mirrors, this one, that the idea is to, Sister Tara, that orange color slide where you put all the
The various Maheśvara qualities. Yeah.
So that slide, can we put? Since we got another, this one. Yeah, this one. So we need to, no, this one. So can you put it to presentation mode? Okay, so this one is mirror, you see. So we are saying Maheśvara. Okay, now we are using that as a mirror, and now we got to reflect whether we are developing some of the attributes that reflects the Maheśvara principle, because Baba said that you are God, So as long as we keep on cultivating those qualities, then we move towards the godliness. So here he said Maheśvara and the cyclic nature of the universe. So resonating with the universe, resonating with the principles of conservation, sustainability, and all that means that we and nature becomes one and the same. So here it's the principle of non-violation, where we don't violate anything to do with anything else and be so much in tandem with nature. So this quality, okay, are we expressing that? Are we encouraging this? We are doing in SSC classes. I mean, the teachers are doing in SSC classes. So this is where we need to put a tick in the box, see whether we are really concerned. Are we doing proactively? We are. So when we continue to exert in that activity, we are imbibing the qualities of Maheśvara as far as universe and nature and everything else is concerned. In fact, today nature is being extremely exploited. A lot of things are not going in very well because this resonance of love is not with the universe, with the nature. And that's why we get a lot of problems. Then Maheśvara and the inner transformation. Then the individual Maheśvara individual transformation. So again assessing. By the way, those of you, please come if you can. Participate in tomorrow, Wednesday, in the Indonesian study circle. We start at 8 p.m. in Malaysia's time. Tomorrow, they're celebrating the 5th anniversary of the Sai Rama. Sai Rama is the study circle they named the Sai Rama for the Indonesian group. So it'd be nice if all of you can make it. Most of it will be in Indonesian language, but they prepared videos and I don't know what all they've done, but basically they just want to come and celebrate. So every year, annually, when 1 year finishes, they celebrate. So this is the 5th year continuously they are doing it. And if you're free, you can come in. And I think they're also talking about individual transformation, how each individual has changed, what are the assessment that we are doing, how are we moving. So come and join us. I'll send the link in the group tomorrow. You can come and see this transformation tomorrow. Then this one is the control of mastery over the senses. Again, this one also, the break part, which Sister Tara talked about the sense. So now we look back and see how much of our senses are betraying us in the sense of always getting enchanted with certain things. So then we put a break on that and see whether our eyes is catching this, or whether we like to see something, or whether we want to continuously be preoccupied with something. So the senses are dragging us away from the main cause. So certain discipline that we enforce in the senses level so that we can revert back to the Maheśvara. I see this Maheśvara principle seriously is the body, mind, intellect, and the Atma. The Atma got all the qualities of the Maheśvara inside us. So when we reduce the consciousness of these three, we get more of that. In fact, Swami said in one discourse that more and less consciousness we have of the body, and more consciousness of the matter or spirit of the Atma is the real spirituality. So as we are progressing in our spirituality, our consciousness and awareness of the body must become lesser and lesser, which is related to the senses. and the consciousness for the Atma becomes more and more. Then Maheśvara and the path of oneness, always, if we moving, whether we are moving away from conflicts, whether we are the people who actually manage to make conflicts disappear, we always embracing unity. These are the kind of ideals that we speak about. The Atma always likes to be unified in this manner. And then renunciation, which is to say the concept that Swami spoke about just now, reducing the consciousness of the body, increasing the consciousness of the Atma, is the path of inner awakening, the path of awareness. Okay, is this happening? How much are we giving up some things that we really like? These are all self-evaluation, and then as a teacher of value. So how are we, how are we becoming an embodiment of values? And how are we passing the message of that values in our office, school, college, wherever we are? So this is a self-reflection point to reflect how far we are away from where we are, so that this session will become like a mirror. So this is what the whole objective is. And this is a very powerful slide as well. So if you all are taking snapshot of this, this is good. The last week we took some snapshot of that one, which is the various attributes of looking at where we should be surrendering our ego. And this one is another area where we can check. All these checklists are very critical for us to evaluate our progression in our spirituality. I just wanted to just read it. Okay, so tomorrow please try and make it. We'll send the link to all the groups. Those of you can make it, but it's in Indonesian language. But nevertheless, just it's very interesting to see the way the Indonesians do their studies. They're very, the small subject, they'll keep on asking, questioning, and so many different dimensions. Very nice way of looking at it as well. So we also can learn from their transformational experiences. Okay, so and then also please register for that Zone 4 conference. The pamphlet has, I think, come out, if I'm not mistaken. So please register for the September 5th, 6th, and 7th. So with these few words, thank you, and Sai Ram.
Yeah, one more word, Dr. Suresh. You mentioned that the Indonesian has been doing this for the last 5 years. Yeah. I think ours started also around the same time. So we have been doing this for the last 5 years, and it's good to see all of you still reverse after 5 years. Okay, we hope you all carry on joining us for Tuesday satsang, and try to invite more people to come. Yeah. So
maybe Billy, we should also celebrate our own, just like how they are doing it. Maybe one and then bring all the other devotees as well, and then listen to our own people after participating, how they transform. Then we have the video. It'll be like a nice celebration also to acknowledge the changes that we have made on ourselves, and that will be very exciting and inviting as well. Maybe we should do that here, and we should do that on a we should do that on a Saturday evening, where most people we can publicize this and do that. We wanted to do this last year, we couldn't do it, but this year we can do, since it's the 5th anniversary, isn't it, Willie?
Oh, yes. So maybe if you all can take a video shot of yourself, of how you find this particular satsang beneficial. Okay. I think the last time, 2 or 3 others have sent in videos, but we did not have the opportunity to broadcast it. Probably we do it, this particular coming thing,
Yeah. Maybe we can do this in conjunction with Guru Purnima, Billy.
Yes.
In Guru Purnima, this is what better dedication can we do? And then we choose the Saturday closest to the Guru Purnima day and do a session like this last. So it'll be nice. And at the same time, certain things that you have seen yourself changing, I think we should acknowledge that change and celebrate the transformation that we ourselves are doing. Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right.
Sai Ram.
So Sai Ram, okay. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sai Ram, thank you everyone.
Sai Ram.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Sai Ram, brother.
Sai Ram, thank you.
Sai Ram.
you.